just a reminder for some of you guys, I try to remember to do this, okay? Because I know some of you guys might have bought some of these lands back when they were $100, $200. I remember some of you guys, I think with $200 was the high on these lands. Okay, League of Kingdom. If you're looking to sell some of your land, it's totally up to you. You have to make a decision for yourself. But they are going for 0.3 right now, which is in Ethereum, which is equivalent to, if it's going to open up, $1,400. Okay, so they're $1,400 for the League of Kingdom land. If you're looking to sell some of your land,
that and make sure. Yeah, and when she's saying that, also you see that number 2 there. That's $1,400 for the level 2. Make sure if you're coming in listing, you go according to what your level is, so that you're not actually listing lower than what you should. Over is always just going to be okay, maybe to sit there, but you definitely don't want to be listing under what the value of your specific land piece can be, because I believe they now go up to all the way to 7.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see if I see any level 4s. That's that I'm going down. Level 4 is at if you bought some of the higher ones, which would have been closer to the $200 range. I don't know. I think they were $200 some dollars. That they will be going for half an ETH. So that's what she means by when she's talking about that. I'm just trying to show you visually. So what is the going price? $2,100. Okay, $2,100 for that same piece of land. So check some of it. Y'all be like me. I'm like, did I buy that? I gotta go check what wallet. And then now you're trying to check 15 different wallets to figure out which one where you buy it at. You know, because you know you bought it, but you can't figure out what wallet you have.
Yeah.
There is craziness over here in the NFT space. Especially if you start investing early on, you're like, what else do I own? You're like, oh yeah, I did. Oh, I did buy that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is League of Kingdom, a game, that's still building out, still doing some things. But when I start seeing that their numbers are going in, and I'm not telling you, I don't think neither one of them are telling you, hey, just go in there and instantly sell your land. You need to either go to their Twitter, and see what else they're talking about, because the worst thing to do is that find out that they had some big partnership, or they had something big that came along, and this is the reason why the numbers have started going on that land, and you sell it for like 0.3, and it really should have been like half an ETH or 2 ETH. So do some research from their Twitter and so forth on their particular game. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I didn't missed it in the chat. Okay, now
Sandbox land.
It's a beautiful, beautiful day. All right, Sandbox again. We keep talking about the doggone metaverse. It's getting really crazy with looking at some of these numbers on Sandbox. Literally, the numbers have started to pick up like very, very good. If you do have some Sandbox land, many of you again bought them for not nowhere near. I mean, the highest one I think at the time was with that $700 one when Sand or ETH or something was up higher. So let's say even if you got it at $1,000, I don't even care if you got it at $2,000. Let's be real transparent. The floor right now is $10,400 for the single plots of land in Sandbox. So do some I'm not telling anybody to sell. I'm be very, very, very transparent. That's your decision on if you're going to sell, or if you have enough land and you want to sell your land. That's completely your decision. Jessica, what's your thoughts on
that? Yeah. It's so hard to tell you not to sell, or if you've been sitting on it a year or whatever it is, Sandbox has been, well, we at least been looking at it and buying for over a year now. So I will say it is very early. Like she's saying, you definitely want to know why the price is going up. It's not to say not to sell, but if the price is going up, it is for a reason. And they haven't even launched yet the full platform, all the games. Everybody has been building over there, getting their positions locked in, getting their sections locked in. And so, especially if you can rent, you don't necessarily, I wouldn't recommend at all selling. Your piece might be in something that somebody needs, and so rent it out. You don't have to necessarily sell it, especially like when you're on ground zero and there's years to come of this game and all the audience it's going to bring in. But so like she's saying, it's hard to say don't sell if you paid $200, $700, or even $1,000, $1,400 for this land, and now you're able to get $10,000. you have multiples, you can sell one and already recoup whatever you may have spent out if you depending on how many you've purchased. So
That's true.
yeah, so you
That's
maybe
true.
want to sell what you actually put in your initial investment to, and that depends on how many pieces that you do have. So
I heard
you
that.
may, you may not be able to let them go. So
I,
and,
I,
and,
I,
and they have to decide, if it's something literally that's just a flip for them, that's fine. But they
right.
don't understand the metaverse and all the money that's getting poured, the billions of dollars that's going to be in the space coming to those platforms. Then it's like you just have to decide.
Hmm.
Long-term collectors know that the value is you're just too early to be selling. Some flippers know that you want to make the money in the moment, so you have to decide. If you can't walk away from $10,000, you don't walk away from $10,000. You go sell. That way, there is always a rule of having more than one for this specific reason like this.
Yep, that's very true. But again, you see, I mean, you can see the people are buying them. What 3 minutes ago, someone just paid $10,400 for this one. So it's not like we're sitting there like, what there's like, it's the numbers say this. No, people are. I took a screenshot of this and put it on a Facebook post the other day. I think it was yesterday, just showing you how these things are how they're selling. Some of the 3x3s I've seen as high as 100 they were even higher than that of some of the screenshots that I took earlier. But this was like a 5 land for $68,000. That is crazy, crazy, crazy numbers when you start looking at what you paid for some of these lands. And I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, do I gotta really have like tenants anymore? You be like, you need regular rentals also. So I get that in real life. But at the same time, when you start saying buying land in virtual land for this kind of price when you're buying them earlier on, it's it's game changer. Literally, it can be really a game changer. Like even if you have multiple pieces of land, make sure if you are selling them individually, that's fine. But also at the same time, if you have some that you have some stuff in bundles. I told Nick, someone, I think Nick put something about have connected lands. Yeah, if you have some connected lands, do some research before you're putting your stuff up for sale, because it makes a big difference in what you can get for some of these pieces of land. It's game changers. Okay. So that's what I'll say on that. I'm excited about Sandbox. Okay. All right. And then let's get moving.
Yep, and we have an update to the artifact that came out with let you know the pre-sale is now going to be November 27th. The public sale is going to be the 29th. They were talking about how they want to make sure the product comes out and making sure that it looks the best and has the best design to it. So they did update letting you know November 27th. Let me tell you this: normal projects, it could hurt them if they change a date. With
Mm-hmm.
Artifact, it was just like a little hump, and then everybody kept on pushing. In fact, it even showed on there that even just yesterday, somebody went and spent 134 ETH on getting different Artifact ferocious shoes and other things. That way, that they can just buy specifically. And it wasn't one person; it was 134 ETH was spent within that day for purchasing items to be able to get your 3 avatars. And so when people are looking at this and looking at some of the stuff they're still doing, they still know that the company is building out in every way. And they're going to be in games. They're going to be in fashion specifically as well. That's a whole nother $1 trillion market that people aren't thinking about. And so when you hear the 10-day or a 9-day delay, I was like, oh, okay. I do
Yep.
want them, believe me. I can't wait to get them. But normal projects that could hurt them with a change of date. But honestly, I'm so far and believe with the people that are behind this project, the things that they're building
You
out,
ain't
that
going nowhere.
I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going to list not a nothing, not a one drink, not a nothing.
Because I think it was important, like you said, some drops that this could have killed the whole deal. You're like, I'll forget that company. I'm not even going back to buy nothing. I'm like, okay, I'll wait. y'all need a little bit more time to make me some money, like long term. I'll wait. I'll be patient.
Yeah, I'll be patient because you also getting the airdrop right when they come out. So it's like whatever item you're getting another item. So it's a waiting game. That's all it is for me. So take your time.
Honest.
Hope soon that will happen. Oh, and then there you go. There's the MetaKey airdrop also that they'll be getting if you do hold the MetaKey for your bonus item.
So yeah, we if anybody have a doubt in your mind, we can clear it up right now. We're not selling nothing. We will be waiting for artifacts on. If they have another delay, we will be waiting patiently for artifacts. Again, like you talk about getting $1 million license agreement for the avatars that you're going to be able to mint. that by itself, like I got time.
Yeah,
I'm
they
here.
create a game for you. The game gonna be excellent. You talking about people that have designed for Fortnite, and you already know where Fortnite stands into this metaverse. And you're talking about people that have mass experience in different in fashion and gaming. And so, just knowing if you're following behind them, who they're working with, Jeff Staples, shoes, Janet Jackson, like shoe, a lot of different stuff in the background. We ain't going nowhere. Honestly, people go to them to look to what to do, and so you want to definitely follow people in the space that understand the space. That is vital. A lot of businesses are going to be coming in not understanding how NFT goes, not understanding how crypto people work, and so they understand the ins and out of all of that. So I'm behind them 100%. So I can't wait to get my little avatar from the 27th now.
Yep. And I know you're talking about, even we were talking about the rigging and stuff. And so when we were talking about Medikey the Medikey, how they're doing the avatars, this is where they want to get to, is here. And it's like, okay, or, to some of their other things of how they look and how they can move and so forth. And they're going to probably need artifacts, or they're going to have to hire some people who know stuff like Artifact knows to get their stuff to come up to this level. So big, I'm okay. I ain't lost no hope. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's keep moving because we can get off of here. All right. Now, if you guys have not been paying attention, I think last week we shared with you guys about the Bored Ape, creating the bands and so forth. Their floor is still pushing. The floor, literally, if you guys have not noticed from when we have talked about Bored Apes, and this is 48 ETH. It's that simple. They're currently the floor is 200. Actually, let me go back. Oh, that one's sold. Okay, so that's the best.
Quick, it was there.
As quick as it was there, it's now gone. That's the best offer. So let's see if we can find it. So the floor just moved to 49. Is that 49 and a half ETH? Come on, thing. If I can get my computer to catch up. I think that's the same 49 and a half ETH. So $215,000 is the floor on the Bored Apes. They are continuing to, you see this chart right here? I was one thing that I was skimming over the other day, is talking about how a Bored Ape is trying to, some people were kind of thinking that Bored Ape could be one of the ones that flips CryptoPunks. Whatever. Trust me, I hope they do. But at the same time, it will take some effort in doing that. But if people continue.
Just to add to that, most of the Bored Apes probably have a punk. So, yeah. And so they're about to make some more money in the right way. But like she said, if it's going to be them, it could be them. And I'm going to name Artifact in there too. And then once everybody actually realizes who they're connected to, what they're doing in fashion, and what's going to happen with I definitely believe, because depending on how many they're out there. But yeah. So
I totally agree with that statement. This could be the Artifact. And like I said, it could overcome both Bored Ape and Crypto. That's just us. That's our belief. So, but again, I think when we look at it in the context of how Bored Ape started off, $700-800, but that was like 6 months ago. Do I think Artifacts could get to this level? They're like, Artifacts is not a picture. It's not like not to say that Bored Apes is just a picture, because there's a lot more to Bored Apes. But when you start looking at the Clone X and how it moves and all those different things and all the other connections it already has and it's already built out for, it puts it on a totally different level. So this could easily be, I'm not your financial advisor. This could easily be your Artifact.
At the same time, yeah, and even when she's saying the Bored Ape, follow the money. If Bored Apes and punks, some of that, they don't get into everything when it's that high. They get it at low prices, at mint prices and stuff. And so it's good to know where the money is. So if I'm watching Bored Ape people, or I'm watching other people that are in the space that are already proven that they can do it, it's good to start with certain projects and see what they're watching too. So yeah, Bored Ape should definitely have punks. It's a time we were supposed to get some punks, and we won't go back to those days, but it was life-changing even back then. I think you could get out for 20, 30,000 even back then. And now you look at some of them like 100,000 or so. And so it's a whole nother ballgame. Well, even more than that. I said 100,000, just a couple.
just a couple.
Yeah, a couple hundred.
So even to 11 minutes ago, so one of them sold for 52 each. So when you start looking at this as far as, I know people are asking for that high price, but are they selling? The blockchain don't lie. They're literally 2 hours ago still selling for over $200,000. Who's buying them? You're like, who just spent $200,000 on some Bored Ape? There are people in crypto who have this kind of crazy money. Somebody spent 323,000.
And even better than that, there's plenty of people that's outside of crypto that have that kind of money that didn't have no clue, and now they just go pay to get in because that's what they used to. They're just gonna go, okay, I'm just gonna pay it. I have to get this, and so there's so much money, like she's saying, that's in crypto, and then there's so much untapped money that's outside of crypto, that old money or that money that's been there still. So a lot of the money for businesses that have come into the space and legitimately now looking at it for a company portfolio. So there's a lot of different people now willing to spend that month. MasterCards, Visa, different companies are adding to their portfolio all the time, and they're going to add these type of items.
I don't know what happened here, but I hope.
Oh, that had to be a mistake. I don't know. That's devastating.
I don't know if maybe they knew each other.
That's they had to.
The only thing I can think
of. Setup. It was the one that they set this contract to be able to go pay for it. I'm hoping.
That's had to be the case.
That had to be it. It has to be it.
Because 43, that's like a big mistake if that is not the case.
And they might, yeah.
Woo! Maybe they thought that was 100, and
maybe they found a way to sell it to themselves easier, or transfer it cheaper. Maybe it's cheaper to transfer at that price than it was.
That's all we can.
I can't make sense of it.
Because otherwise, they'd be on.
They sick right now.
I would be. So that happened the other day on one of the drips too. Remember, we were looking at one of the drips, and I was like, "Oh, it's like heart wrenching." You're like, "I hope that this was not like a mistake." You just hope that they transferred that because that could really affect you, like really, really bad.
Okay? Oh yeah, in the wrong way.
In the wrong way. Mm-hmm. So to see that you sold that for that, and to know you should have got that would be devastating. Okay, so again, just won't harp on that. The other, so Bored Apes are still continuing to do things. Mutant Apes, if you own the Mutant Apes, those are definitely also moving up because remember with Bored Apes, these were airdrops that you received. The floor on those is now 6.9 on the Mutant Apes, and those are now currently still $29,000. Okay, so be on the lookout. As far as the connection, like Jessica was saying earlier. Okay. What's somebody said tax loss. Okay, I got you, Nick. I got you. Maybe they were trying to do a tax write-off. They needed to
yeah, that's real good though. I like that one. I'm like, yeah, that's a good one.
Be like, you know how much I lost?
Yeah, I'm out. That's a good one, actually.
Didn't quite look at it that way.
Yeah, it's recorded on the blockchain too. I'm going right there to prove it.
Take pictures.
Go to what transaction has, go to Etherscan, print that up.
Like if you really, really need to show us, I can show you where this is at.
That's right. That's a good one.
Yeah, somebody says it is still with somebody they know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that part.
You're like boom, boom. Okay, all right, okay. That was out of the box thinking. That was like, whoa, like didn't see that one coming. Good. Okay, I'm with you. All right, so okay. All right, so that again, like I said, we are like I said, not to remember to follow us on our YouTube channel. We'll continue to put content out on our YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to us on YouTube, please do so. Again, that's where we're going to be putting quite a bit of our information on there, so that you guys will be able to see what's the new things we're either looking at, or if there's some type of training that we may be putting on there. That's our YouTube channel. So again, please continue to go there. And we're always also trying to push you to make sure you get used to being subscribed to our YouTube channel, because you just never know what Facebook might do. And so if you would like to watch us on our YouTube channels, please definitely feel free to do that, because we will be out here talking about NFTs. So that's going to be that. Okay. Remember, if you do continue, like always, we always say the same thing. If you do have any friends or family who are looking to get into the NFT space, please continue to remember to send them over to our Sisters Talk What's NFTs.com site. That's going to be where we're going to be doing most of our posting right here, as far as whether it's projects that we're currently getting in or any announcements that we want to put out. Like earlier this morning, we put out the Hot Wheels and then the VV drop. So again, like if we get something that we need to give you guys as fast as possible, this will be the area where you'll find those things. Okay. I think that's all I have. Jessica, you have anything else you want to add to what we've talked about, or are we good?
No, we're pretty good. Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. All right. Well, once again, thank you all so much for hopping on with us. It's been great. And I just a little bit, we did start our first class last night. Hopefully you guys are still continue to, those of you who have signed up, hopefully you've gotten some value out of our class, and we will continue to meet with you guys again Tuesday through the rest of Friday. So We got a lot to share. And so once again, thank you all so much for hopping on with us today. We appreciate you hopping on. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you all on Thursday. Have a good one.
Have a good one.